Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Daily Video Devos. Rene here, continuing our little series, Parables from a Redwood Forest. I'm back in Henry Cowell State Park, and I'm standing in front of possibly the rarest plant in this entire forest. It is an albino redwood tree. Can you see it behind me? It's not perfectly white, but it's much lighter in color than the gigantic tree that it is right next to. It is an albino redwood tree, and that means it has lost the ability, genetically, it does not have the ability to feed itself. It cannot produce chlorophyll. Well, it would die if left by itself, but this tree, which cannot feed itself from its environment, has plugged into a large, healthy tree next to it. That big tree, next to the albino tree, is quite literally feeding the smaller tree with its own nutrients so that that smaller tree can survive. Isn't that interesting? And I was thinking, how like life? Because there are people around us who quite literally cannot feed themselves because of a challenge, a disability. My own mom in the latter stages of her struggle with Alzheimer's disease, for example. And sometimes we physically need to literally feed these people. But sometimes there are people who spiritually cannot feed themselves because they're depressed, because perhaps they don't know the Word of God. And that's when we need to feed them. We need to, as Galatians 6:2 says, carry one another's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. So here's the way I want you to apply this today. If there are people around you who literally or spiritually cannot feed themselves, be like this redwood tree next to the albino tree and feed them. If you find yourself healthy enough, you feed them, you carry them if they cannot carry themselves. And if there are people who are spiritually disabled and can't feed them, they especially need your encouragement. They need you to tell them that the Lord is with them and that you have faith in them. Now, if you find yourself in a place where you don't have resources, you need help, please don't hesitate to reach out for help to the church. For example, we can help literally feed you. Wednesday afternoons, we have our People's Pantry in Munskey Hall. But perhaps you find yourself spiritually unable to feed yourself right now. You're going through a depression. You're going through a tough time. Please reach out. Please stay in community and let me, let others at church feed you spiritually. Let us have faith for you if you're in a time where you feel like you've almost lost your faith. Let us together carry each other's burdens, and in that way we fulfill the law of Christ, which is to love one another. Think about that. Support the redwood trees around you that can't feed themselves, and together we can become a healthy forest. God bless you. Have a great day.